Part
3.
Okay.
Trois.
You know we both like to talk. So continuation of part 2. Where we were, I don't want to touch your cards.
It's all good.
Where we were.
Knight of Swords reversed, right after the Six of Cups in the reverse position.
Right. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
So the first card was the Six of Cups. Briefly, pretty much, she's not going to change. She will always be Azealia, that bitch.
She's not going to change, and, you know, and if someone forces her to change, which is very much what that could be about, because, again, it's coming after, this card comes up after a card that indicates the desire, or sorry, lack of desire to compromise. She ain't going to do it, and... See, it's kind of funny, because I would really hope that this situation sort of brings to light her personality in terms of, you know, what she's like, but that should be very clear now, particularly after this incident.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, why push her? Don't. You
It's
know,
her first time at the rodeo.
Right, and if she has this tendency, and, you know, no means no, particularly what I'm seeing there with the Six of Cups in reverse, don't push the woman. Let it go.
Let it go.
And that looks like there's someone out there, particularly, I think that, you know, they just, you know, she got that money vibe going on now, obviously, because of the talent and because of the potential and everything else. So it looks like they're really going to try and push their luck, and they're going to get hit.
And I'm telling you, when a Gemini wants to lose their shit, their words are so lethal, it's enough to knock you over. Like, especially her identifying as a witch.
Yep.
The kind of words that come out of...
sound, power. Like I said it before, word, sound, power.
Okay,
Yep.
let me say. No candle needed.
No.
No chicken cut off needed.
No chicken.
Like, just the words alone will just result something, so...
I don't understand. Yeah, I guess... It's almost like, in terms of the universe, the responsibility is getting put onto other people around her that would approach her to, at this stage in the game, keep in mind we're looking into like 6 months down the road, right? So after all of what recently happened transpires and sort of plays out, that's great, that's all well and good. We have a baseline on who Azealia Banks is as an artist and as a person. So, you know, why would you go there? Why would you do this? But apparently they're going to try and do it, and they're going to hit that wall, and maybe they'll learn after this. Who knows? Page of Swords in the reverse position. So...
That's all swords.
Yeah, that's the thing. Air sign.
Right,
Gemini,
she
swords,
says Gemini.
air,
Yeah.
that whole thing. Page of Swords in the reverse position. Like, so... the advice that I would give going back onto Azalea's end at this point is to... After telling them where to go, how to get there, and then really having to fight them off, don't let yourself lose focus, because that's what's at risk with the Page of Swords reversed, okay? So it's like, prior to all of this playing out, there was yet another goal in mind. She was moving towards that. She got derailed by this other crap that we just talked about. But you don't have to get derailed. You know, if she could just manage it, let it go, just let it go.
Let it go.
It doesn't have to be a thing. And the Page of Swords in the reverse does not have to happen. So, again, it's different ways of stating that there's going to be lots of shit going on. Okay, and some of it can potentially be really, really good. And then, you know, the last part of this just, again, sort of puts the ball in her court in terms of how to deal with that and how to move on.
Yeah. So really, essentially, what I would say as a close on the whole opinion of everything is we have a person here that is very talented. Definitely has what it takes to bring traction and following, and eloquently represents himself well when it comes to standing by what they believe. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like really and truly what we're seeing is because of who she is, it's like almost like seeing a lion sleeping. You know what I mean? They're so cute. They're so fuzzy. Oh my gosh. He almost looks like I can go up to him and just pet him and hug him.
But don't.
But don't do it.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the thing is that people think that, you know, maybe she's been quiet now and she's been on this whole positivity thing that, or whatever the case may be, that we can try it. But it's just like where there is going to be an issue where you're going to take a matter of, take control or
don't
or underestimate her intelligence or what she does see, which that doesn't help either. Imagine being a person that's intuitive and being in the entertainment industry with so much friggin' fake ass people. I'll turn stone cold crazy myself.
Yeah.
Because we live so much in our truth that we can't handle it. Like, these people will fake it to fucking make it. And we don't know how to do that, people like us. You know what I mean?
The industry's built on that. And
yeah.
The other bit of advice that I would give her is, you know, as this all plays out, if she really, you know, makes some really significant leaps forward, I would advise her to start her own production company. And maybe make that a home for other artists like herself who don't want to be fucked with by the mainstream. Right? Basically say, look, here's some awesome studio space. Here's this, here's that. I got some excellent producers here. Now go.
Yeah.
And which I don't think that anybody, like any particularly new, like any real new artist would probably know how to respond to that. Because they'd be like, but what do you mean you're not going to tell me how to...
Yeah,
like,
right.
Because that's the thing, when you set that standard after a while, up-and-coming artists are going to expect that, you know, they're going to see it, they're going to view it as direction when it's really just, no, carte blanche, like, go...
Right.
And do your thing. And I think she would be an excellent candidate for doing something like that. And really, truly... I think a lot of other artists have tried to create that creative space where up-and-coming people can just come in and kind of do that. But ultimately, it becomes about the money again. And now we want to sign you. And it's like, oh, yeah, I know you like that song and you wanted to do it that way. But look, this is what the people want to hear. And then the maps and the demographics and everything come out. And the funny thing is, having seen that side of the corporate world in terms of what they believe to be true, forecasting and demographics, they don't actually have a clue. That's the hilarious thing about this, is that all of that information that they think they have isn't necessarily anything close to correct.
So,
but,
you know.
That was my rant about...
He could, like, honestly, when it comes to anything that has to do with corporations and things like that, and...
I did the corporate thing for a while. So
yeah. So, like, he's very passionate, definitely, about this. And we love Azealia. He loves Azealia. You know what I mean? She's
refreshing. She's really, really refreshing.
Yeah.
Like, in this freaking template sort of cookie cutter
world. We need that. You know what I mean?
All of the stuff I listened to music-wise from the 70s and whatnot before this was going on, and now it's just one big continuous auto-tune nightmare.
Let me tell you, like, you know, like, I put on, like, half the music that I listen to nowadays on a regular, I'll be listening to songs that dropped at least 15, 20 years ago, like, if it was just played on the radio yesterday. Like, I don't really know who is out right now. Like, new artists or what's playing on the radio. I don't know. You know what I mean? But,
I know because of Facebook, and that's, like, about, like, Facebook and occasionally...
Yeah, at most,
the news, but that's really it. And
you know,
the era of creativity, it's just not so... You know, it's not really there. But if I'm listening to music, it's probably, for the most part, something from the 90s. Early 90s, like Missy Elliott. Still love... Will not ever not love Missy.
Who couldn't love Missy?
Lil' Kim.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yep.
I tell you. But yes, I'm like, he's talking, and I'm like, okay, listen, time, because I'm thinking about this thing uploading. You know what I mean? So that's it. Pretty much, this is part 2 of Azealia Banks and what's going on around her, and what is yet to come for her. So, like, let's say, you know, again, what's in the shadows for Azealia Banks. So this is part 2, or part 3 technically, of the first Azealia Banks video. So if you haven't already, just make sure that you do subscribe. Of course, there are people that love Chris, would love to get to know him. You can always go to his channel, which is, I'm going to link in the description box, which is Crossroads Tarot.
And it will have a video by next, you know what? Maybe next Tuesday. Or after the weekend. So,
by next Tuesday. So you guys stay tuned for that. Also,
and give me suggestions actually on what you want to see, because I got like 1,000,002 ideas, but I think that's part of why I've been held up with this, is because too many ideas locks me up.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's 7 of Cups.
So I know, right? Some choices are good.
All
some
these
are bad.
options, and then I just and then I freeze, and then I don't do anything.
Yeah. So put some suggestions in the description box of who you would want him to read on. Well, it doesn't matter. It's even better that you don't know them.
No,
you know what I mean? When you get to do a reading,
it
even if
doesn't matter. Just hit me with suggestions,
right?
And I will probably just go.
Exactly. And also, I know a couple people have been inquiring about getting a reading with Chris. If I'm going to put the link or the email address in the description box, so that you can hit him up. You guys know where to hit me up if you want to get a reading. Is the House of Stars page or whatever. But for Chris and stuff, hit him up again. Whoever.
And if anyone who's watching this happens to be in Toronto, I'm also available at the Occult Shop.
Right? What the hell haven't I said that? Yeah.
No, I didn't. I just thought you just hit me right now.
Yeah.
1373 Bathurst here in Toronto.
Yeah.
You can 416-656-6564 or something. That may or may not be the right phone number.
Well, I'm gonna put everything in the description box. We'll just Google it and make it. Yeah, he worked.
The Occult Shop. It's the only one here in Toronto. You can always give them a call, and I'm totally there too. So
exactly, that's how we met. All right, so that's it for tonight. Any last messages to Azealia?
Start a production company. That really, the more I'm thinking about that now, I think that's what everything we talked about is kind of heading towards. And for who she is, I think it makes sense.
Yeah. And my last message that I do say to Azealia is continue to be a spiritual catalyst for those that follow you and not only honor your music, but honor your beliefs and your views. And stay true to you and what works for you.
Everything else will work itself out.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. All right. So I do want to thank you guys so much for your time tonight and rocking with me. And for the new subscribers, holla. May God bless you and the angels protect you. Good night.